In the world of Stoic philosophy, the journey towards a resilient and peaceful life involves not only refining our character, but also choosing carefully whom we allow into our lives. Stoics philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius taught that we must protect our inner peace and maintain a steady focus on our goals. This can be challenging if we're constantly surrounded by negative influences that cloud our thoughts, shake our resolve, or disrupt our emotional balance. Stoicism emphasizes that while we may not control everything, we do have control over our inner responses and the people we associate with. The relationships we cultivate can either elevate our lives or weigh us down. The Stoics understood this, and they encourage us to avoid people who exhibit traits that can hinder our growth, trigger negative emotions, or draw us into behaviors misaligned with our values. This isn't about judging or dismissing others, but about making conscious decisions that serve our pursuit of wisdom, virtue, and inner strength. Here we'll offer Stoic teachings that'll guide us in identifying people we should steer clear of to protect our path to self-mastery. So sit back as we examine the 7 types of people Stoicism advises us to avoid. Before we begin, if this video resonates with you, kindly like the video and subscribe to support our channel. So moving on. 1. The chronic complainers. Chronic complainers see life through a lens of dissatisfaction, always identifying what's wrong rather than what's right. They focus on problems without searching for solutions, preferring to talk about their grievances than taking action to improve their circumstances. This constant negativity can cloud our perspective, as it pulls us into a mindset where everything feels bleak or unfair. Stoicism teaches us that life is inherently challenging and unpredictable, but rather than resisting these truths, we should focus on what we can control: our actions, thoughts, and responses. When we spend time around chronic complainers, we risk adopting their habit of focusing on the negative, which drains our energy and limits our growth. Instead of being grateful for what we have, we may start to see life as a series of obstacles. Stoicism encourages us to build resilience by accepting life as it comes and facing difficulties with courage and adaptability. Surround yourself with those who approach challenges with gratitude, perseverance, and a positive mindset, rather than those who pull you into a cycle of constant dissatisfaction. These relationships will reinforce a Stoic approach to life, allowing you to remain grounded and focused on what truly matters. 2. The harsh critics. Harsh critics are quick to point out flaws, mistakes, and shortcomings, often without considering the effect their words may have. They tend to judge others harshly, focusing on faults rather than offering constructive feedback. Stoicism teaches that our self-worth should not be defined by the opinions of others. We are encouraged to cultivate inner confidence based on a strong sense of self and personal values, rather than allowing external criticism to dictate our sense of worth. Spending time with people who are overly critical can erode our self-esteem and sense of purpose, making us doubt our abilities or even hold us back from pursuing our goals. Harsh critics rarely offer useful insights and instead create an environment where we feel perpetually judged. By contrast, a Stoic approach to relationships values those who uplift us, who provide feedback with kindness, and who help us grow without tearing us down. These supportive connections foster resilience, self-confidence, and a clear focus on our own journey of improvement, free from the weight of negative judgment. 3. The gossipers. Gossipers invite us to focus on the lives of others, often highlighting their mistakes, private affairs, or perceived flaws. This habit can be seductive, drawing us into conversations that feel thrilling, but ultimately add no value to our lives. Gossip is a distraction from meaningful pursuits, diverting our energy from self-reflection and growth. Stoicism teaches us that it's more valuable to focus on our own actions and decisions than to get caught up in the affairs of others. Engaging in gossip not only wastes time but also cultivates judgment, envy, and a lack of empathy. By talking about others in this way, we often overlook the struggles they may be facing and forget to treat them with kindness. Gossip also has a way of eroding trust, as those who gossip about others are likely to do the same to us. According to Stoic philosophy, we should strive to live with integrity, focusing on the development of our own character rather than criticizing the lives of others. Seek relationships with people who prioritize meaningful conversations, discussing ideas, values, and aspirations. These connections align with the Stoic pursuit of a focused, intentional life and foster an environment where we can grow without the distraction of petty concerns. 4. The Cynics. Cynics approach the world with suspicion and negativity, assuming the worst in people and situations. They are often quick to dismiss the possibility of goodness or improvement, believing that everything is tainted by self-interest or destined for failure. Stoicism, however, encourages us to face life with realistic optimism, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth and believing in the potential for positive change. While Stoicism acknowledges that hardships are a natural part of life, it also promotes a balanced outlook that finds hope and possibility even in difficult circumstances. Spending time with cynics can erode our sense of optimism, making us feel that striving for improvement is pointless or that others cannot be trusted. Their constant negativity can undermine our motivation, leaving us discouraged and disillusioned. By distancing ourselves from cynics, we preserve our ability to see life through a more hopeful, empowered lens. Seek connections with people who inspire a belief in growth and positive transformation, and who encourage you to face life's challenges with courage rather than suspicion. These relationships foster the Stoic qualities of resilience and hope, reminding us that while the world may be imperfect, it's still worth engaging with fully and wholeheartedly. 5. The Manipulators. Manipulators are skilled at using others to fulfill their own needs, often employing charm, guilt, or subtle pressure to control situations and outcomes. They blur the boundaries between support and control, bending relationships to serve their own desires at the expense of others. Stoicism values authenticity, integrity, and mutual respect in relationships, as these qualities create a foundation of trust and sincerity that's essential for growth and harmony. Manipulators, however, disrupt this foundation by fostering a climate of dishonesty and selfishness. Being around manipulators can confuse our own sense of purpose and integrity, as we may feel pressured to make choices that serve them rather than ourselves. Manipulators can erode our self-confidence, making it difficult to trust our own instincts or intentions. According to Stoic thought, relationships should support each person's autonomy and genuine growth. Seek relationships with those who respect your boundaries and who encourage you to be your authentic self. Surrounding yourself with honest, supportive people reinforces your commitment to integrity and allows you to navigate life with a clear, unclouded sense of self. 6. The Procrastinators. Procrastinators avoid responsibilities and delay important actions, often putting things off indefinitely. Their habit of avoiding what needs to be done can impact not only their lives but also the lives of those around them, creating an environment of inaction and stagnation. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for one's actions, living with purpose, and approaching life with discipline. A Stoic values promptness and diligence, seeing each day as an opportunity to make meaningful progress. Spending time with procrastinators can lead us to adopt a similar mindset of avoidance, making it easier to delay our own tasks or goals. Over time, this attitude can foster feelings of regret or self-doubt, as we realize we are not fully engaging with life. Instead, seek connections with people who value responsibility and productivity, those who take initiative and inspire us to do the same. Their example can reinforce our own commitment to purposeful action and remind us that life is too short to waste on constant delays. 7. The envious. Envy is a deeply corrosive emotion, as it stems from a focus on what others have rather than an appreciation of our own lives. Envious people tend to compare themselves to others, feeling resentful of others' achievements or possessions. They find it difficult to celebrate others' successes and may even downplay or criticize accomplishments to make themselves feel better. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness is derived from within, grounded in our own virtues, goals, and sense of purpose. Keep in mind, being around envious people can foster feelings of inadequacy and lead us into a habit of constant comparison. Rather than appreciating our own journey, we may become fixated on what we lack or feel compelled to compete. This mindset can create feelings of bitterness and dissatisfaction, distracting us from our own values and goals. Instead, seek relationships with people who find joy in their own lives and who celebrate the success of others. These individuals foster an environment of mutual respect and positivity, helping us to focus on our own path and find contentment in what we already have. As we conclude our discussion on the types of people to avoid in order to preserve inner peace and live a Stoic lifestyle, the Stoic path is one of clarity, resilience, and self-awareness, and choosing whom we spend time with plays a crucial role in achieving inner peace and personal growth. If you watched this far, share the video and drop a 100 in the comments below.